Hello, music fans. It's time to count down my top 5 favorite albums from September 2021. So this month there's a prog rock album, a prog metal album, 2 post-hardcore albums, and 1 metalcore album. And let's kick it off with my number 5, and that is the album's called Surrender of Silence by Steve Hackett. He's the guitarist from Genesis, and this is a solo album. It's his second album that he released this year in 2021. The first one was called Under a Mediterranean Sky, released back in January. The first one was more acoustic and classical in nature, but this second one is more prog rock and hard rocking, riffy stuff. Both albums are pretty solid, so I recommend checking them out if you're into prog rock, especially if you like Genesis and you like Steve Hackett's guitar playing. My number 4 is by the band Rivers of Nihil, and the album's called The Work. And I'd say this is a progressive metal album. Some might say it's technical death metal or extreme metal or something, but it is kind of all over the place. There's some songs that are like doomy and ambient and have some beauty to them and are all clean singing and soft, and then other songs that are kind of chaotic, spastic, brutal noise and screaming. And it kind of goes up and down on a roller coaster journey. I think for people who like bands like The Faceless, Opeth, early Opeth, when they did the Growls and Between the Buried and Me, I think fans of those bands will enjoy this. My number 3 album of September 2021 is by Thrice, and the album's called Horizons East. And I recently learned that they're going to be making a Horizons West album too in the near future, so excited for that. This is post-hardcore with alternative rock and hard rock influences. Again, it's another album that has variety, like the Rivers of Nihil album has variety, but it sounds nothing like the Rivers of Nihil album. This one is a lot easier listening than that. There are some moments where some harsh vocals come out in Thrice, but it's mostly singing and song oriented and more calm than metal music. But there's some heaviness from time to time. They experiment with electronic sounds as well. Lots of different sounds. Some of the songs sound kind of jazzier and folkier. Others are more hard rocking. Not as good as their last 2 albums in my opinion, but still a really solid release. Number 2 of September 2021 is by the band Spiritbox, and the album's called Eternal Blue. And this is metalcore with post-metal and progressive metal and Djent influences. It's got a female vocalist, and her name's Courtney LaPlante, and she can sing really well, she can scream really well. Some of the songs sound like pop songs that could just be on pop radio. Others have the craziest, most brutal breakdowns that would start really huge mosh pits. So a lot of ups and downs in a lot of these albums that I'm talking about. I guess that's part of the types of music that I like, is having that variety and contrast between really harsh, heavy stuff and soft, beautiful stuff. So a lot of these albums have that going on. And so does my number 1. My number 1 album of September 2021 is by the band Eidola, and the album's called The Architect. This is also post-hardcore with some progressive rock, metal, and math rock influences. And I think if you're someone who likes bands like Hail the Sun and their album from this year called New Age of Filth, you'll also like this Eidola album called The Architect. they're pretty similar in quality, that and the Hail the Sun one, but this Eidola one for me just kind of edges out Hail the Sun as, I think, so far the best post-hardcore album of the year, and just in my top 10 albums of the year all around. Lots of good singing, good vocal melodies, good screaming, good guitar playing. The guitar playing is reminiscent of Protest the Hero from time to time. It's got really fast leads going on a lot of the time. And yeah, that's it for my September 2021, my top 5 albums. Hope you enjoyed some of these, if you check them out. And let me know if I missed anything. I'm sure there's plenty of good stuff. I did listen to other stuff, but let me know if you think there's anything else that is deserving of top 5 that is better than any of these. And I'd be happy to check it out. Until next time, peace out.